Hello, hello, people. What's up? What's up? We're at the Prime Social, Houston, Texas. We're playing 510 No Limit Hold'em. We have Ryan in the booth. Who made a final table every time, and the Prime series was going. What's up, Ryan?
How's it going, guys? Good to see you all with us here.
It's really nice to have you here.
Looking forward to seeing some action here. And
for sure, yeah.
It with you.
We're seeing some familiar faces on this game too. Sid 4, Wes Koshel, who used to have pretty big YouTube channel. He finally came out of the house playing poker, and his buddy Albert, also very popular in his YouTube channel, is playing on a Sid 7. Sid 8, I think. Yeah. Alright, so we're playing the hand right now. Looks like we're missing some hands. We had a little bit of technical difficulty earlier, that the car was some of cars were not registered, so we know that's gonna happen, right? So that's probably why we didn't get to see a couple hands. Albert made a bet and got snap call and just snap him up.
Yeah, it looks like the ace king. That's a pretty standard snap call there. Not getting away from that too easily.
Yeah, and the board was super wet though, but he just comfortably made the right call and made Albert to just muck the hands. We'll see some deep stack here. We're playing 510 No Limit Hold'em. Except for David, everybody has over 2K, which is more than 200 bigs. We have a couple people buying for 5K plus. It's gonna be an interesting game.
Of course, we have a Hold'em game here in Houston, Texas. We always have some action.
Yeah, right. We have a new dealer. We usually have a double board bomb pot when the dealer change. I don't know if they're gonna play today, but that's what has been, happening every Friday.
Looks like everyone's putting chips out, so it looks like a bomb pot is happening. I don't know the denomination of the chip.
Red is 5. That's for the action trackers in the dealer. And the 25 is for the bomb pot. Looks like they're definitely playing the bomb pot. And we're playing double board bomb pot every dealer change. Do you play double board bomb pot?
I do. Not sure if I like them. They're very high variance form of poker.
Right.
They can make you or break you for sure.
For sure, yeah. I've seen a lot of games just go broke really fast after a couple of bomb pots, right?
Yeah, even $5 bomb pots can get out of control. This is for a quarter, so
we're playing No Limit Hold'em.
Yep.
And it's all the double bomb pot is optional. So if you don't like playing, you don't feel like playing, you don't have to play. We're seeing Wes not playing this hand, and everybody else is in it. I personally don't like bomb pot. Just like you said, too much variance, and I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to play it. I feel like I have a good hand, but I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
You definitely get stuck in some tricky spots, especially with the double board aspect. You very, very rarely have a super strong hand on both boards. So if you're playing for half the pot, you have to decide if you're gonna bet it, if you're gonna try to call down and get to showdown. It's very tricky.
It's a very tough game. And just for the record, In double board bomb pot, we are like cannot follow the full action, but we're definitely do our best to follow up all the actions here. Think we're having a trouble reading the whole cards right now. Right before we get in the booth, they were fixing it, so we're gonna get to break a little bit when they're fixing it and jump back to the game. Looks like it's a multi-way. Josh bet. Looks like Kevin raised it, right? Oh, okay, he did raise. Interesting. Hi, Tui. Well, Tui says, I love bomb pots. That's how you get out of the hole. Or you're going to stuck in a hole.
Either or both.
Either or both. Looks like Josh made a call. Well, looks like the Kevin had an ace and a king. Oh, they're playing PLO double board bomb pot.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
I assumed it would be Hold'em since this is a Hold'em stream, but the double board Omaha even crazier.
Right. So here at Prime, the players get to choose like those games. If they want, they can play PLO double board or bomb pot just for one hand whenever the dealer change. I think that's another reason why the West was not in the pot. I know he doesn't like PLO. But now we also see why there are a bunch of chips was going in for that action.
Yeah, so you guys will have to bear with us a little bit if we're missing a bunch of the whole cards. The commentary is going to be pretty lacking, obviously.
Right.
Watching a stream without knowing what the players have is difficult, but
Right.
bear with us. They're going to pause here shortly, and we'll be able to see everything after that.
We're gonna just have to the guessing game here, how they're playing.
So let's try to put someone on a hand when they're deeper in the
West
in the board.
Open 35, Albert called, and they're playing heads up. Just for the record, West and Albert are very, very good friends. They've played thousands of hands each other. They know each other very, very well. So it's always interesting to see they play heads up. Like they don't play sub. They play hard. So it'll be very, very fun to watch it the rest of the night.
Definitely.
Clive says in PLO, you're never in the hole. You're either in the Grand Canyon or on the top of Everest. It's very good description, I think, right?
Yeah, it's hard to have a break-even session in PLO. It really is. You're either gonna go broke or win big usually. Like breaking even is so rare.
It's just so tough game. Here, like when I was like trying to learn the PLO, and one of my friend, he was very, very good PLO player, and he told me, you have to make sure you have a healthy heart before you start the game.
Absolutely. Have to be able to handle the ups and downs.
Okay. Think they have not realized their cars aren't scanned. The Cult of Cashel. It's very nice to, see him on the stream. I was also one of a fan that enjoy his channels for sure. I think that also brought a lot of players to Texas.
Yeah, absolutely. kind of opened the eyes of people that haven't had the pleasure of playing here.
Right.
Kind of got it more into the mainstream view.
Like big action Texas poker, right?
Yeah. Nick from Yuma, who is commentating. This is Ryan Vanderporten. I'm a local poker player here from Houston. I'm joining my friend Sung Kim.
this Chan is known as a Dirty John, who's the owner of Prime, will be at 9, which means we might have to buckle up. He's gonna bring bunch of shots. When he's in the house, he's just gonna make sure everybody having a good time, everybody having fun. Ooh, that's gonna be tough. Now I think they know the cars were not scanned. They're taking a little break to register the cars. So after this, it'll be a lot more interesting for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hi, Nick from Yuma. It's a song, S-U-N-G, but you're getting close. So yeah, well, we can talk about the Prime Summer Series is coming up next week. We actually talked about it earlier this morning, right?
Of course, it's almost the only thing I'm thinking about in poker right now.
So excited! It make me so excited every day. I'm ready.
Yeah, my calendar is clear. I will be here 12 hours plus every day. Hopefully some early morning final tables.
You made a final table in the H-Town and main event last series, right?
I did. I followed up your kickoff result with a couple of my own. So
that was impressive. 2 final tables, 2 biggest one in the series. That was a good run. I was very, very rooting for you, and I was very sad when you said out.
Yeah, it's always disappointing to bust unless you win the thing, obviously, but very happy with the results.
So you say you're planning to play almost all events this time instead of just the H-Town and the main event? You only played the H-Town and main event.
I played all the weekend ones, so the kickoff.
So you played 3 of them, made a 2 final table.
Yeah, pretty decent ratio there.
That's pretty good.
I wish it was always that easy.
And it was 2 those are all the biggest field in history. Literally, first one we hit the record, next week we hit another record, and the main event was just biggest record at that time. And you made an all final table. That's really, really crazy score. So what makes you plan to play all the events this time?
Well, there's a promotion that Prime has called the Player of the Series event. And if you do the best throughout the whole series and play the most events and make the most final tables, you will win $10,000.
An extra, right?
Extra, completely separate from all of your other winnings. So,
speak of that, we have last series, a Player of the Series from the last series, sitting on seat 1.
Oh, that is him. He's here.
Josh Berkelhelser, yeah. He's the one who won the 10K and also won probably the decent amount of money. He won 3 events. He got runner-up in one event. He did a really, really good job last series.
Absolutely. Great runs.
Yeah, so you're trying to take him down this time to win the Player of the Series, right?
We'll see. I'm gonna try my best, but I have some serious competition.
That's good. So all the Hold'em, are you gonna get to play PLO table? They got a bunch of satellites and bunch of different tournaments, different games. It's more than 2 weeks game. It's just crazy. It just blew my mind.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna have to get in all of them. I'm nervous about the triple draw and the horse event because I'm basically a huge fish at those. But the Hold'em and Omaha stuff, I'm definitely firing.
For sure. Wow, that sounds great. Oh, you're gonna play the heads up too?
Definitely.
I'm very surprised that they actually had added the heads up event. That's gonna be a really fun one.
Yeah, I was really happy to see that. It's one of those things that's difficult to do in a live environment. Super easy online on a computer. You don't have to have a dealer for every 2 players. But yeah, super happy that that's a thing. So make sure you guys come out and play that with us.
For sure. You can't miss. If you play poker, you can't miss out this kind of event. It's just too big to miss it. I think that's 2 biggest change this time. They have a heads-up tournament and that they added high roller right before the main event. That makes me very, very excited too, because I think, in my experience, as I know, there was no 3K plus buy-in in Houston ever.
It's the only one that I'm aware of.
It's gonna be the first time ever, and I'm sure like we had a bunch of like players from out of town, so we're definitely expecting to see a lot of players from out of town try to hunt down like the championship titles.
Absolutely. I mean, this is real money we're playing for. If we didn't mention already, the main event has $1 million guarantee.
Right.
So we're talking well above six-figure score here if you
For sure.
get the first place.
I mean, the last time it was only like 500,000 guarantee, and they got a 1.1 million plus.
Yeah.
So, and then there's a lot of tournaments going on in Texas. They're hitting like 2 million type. So I wouldn't be surprised to see like even 3 million. I mean, I may be a little ambitious about it, but I wouldn't be surprised about it for sure.
I could see it.
It's gonna be really, really sick, and like it'll be very, very happy to see that it's happening in my backyard.
Yeah. See what's happening in the chat. I see Taylor Stinson, my man. What's up? Says, why are the two best players commentating and not playing? That's a good question. I don't claim to be the two best players or one of the best players, but certainly would love to be out there. But happy to be in here with you guys.
But it's also happy to just watch other best players playing it. It's just honored to be here. And Clive said, do you think that Josh is going to show his future competition in this series? The guys in the booth, his hand. I'm willing to bet the card reader certainly does not function in his seat.
Maybe that's what this break is about, right? Maybe he was fiddling with it to keep us from seeing that.
So it could have been like Josh things. Josh things.
We've played with Josh a bunch. We have a good idea of how he plays, but certainly not unhappy about getting to see some extra information here.
It's out of town and compete with us,
Yeah, it's really good to have Houston on the map for real poker tournaments. I mean,
for sure,
long time we were playing $2,000 tournaments, prize pools, not buy-ins.
Yeah.
$5,000 prize pools. I mean, we have real tournaments coming up, and it's really exciting.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be 5 figures, 6 figures awards for all these players. That's awesome. And I think we're seeing like $20 straddle too. Not sure if they make it mandatory. Usually they play optional until everybody agrees to do it. But we'll definitely see.
We have all the cards in play, which is nice.
Now we see all the cards, yes. And we have Glenn lead with Jack 9 suited, and Albert just flat behind with trip 8s. Now they get to play heads up. And Albert now is just thinking how much money he wants to make.
And what can he get paid from?
Exactly. And Glenn just let it go.
Yep. Unfortunately, no value to be had there.
Right.
Jack high.
Even if he checks back, I'm pretty sure there's no other value he can get it from. So I like betting by Albert. Taylor says, the goat of Katy, Texas. I think he meant for you.
He has called me that before. I don't know why, but...
Greatest all time in Katy, Texas. Ryan Vanderpoorten. And Clive says, the last time I had a poker player tell me how good I was making his car payments for the next year. You can make my car payment too if you want, Clive. I'd love to have somebody to back me.
Sign me up.
Alright, back to action. We have a $20 straddle. Kevin King Queen offsuit on a button. It's definitely gonna raise it. We have a David flat from small blind, 8 7 offsuit, and West fold the king deuce suited. They're playing heads up.
Ace and a queen on the flop, so both players have a piece.
And then Kevin have the queen of diamond in his hand to get to the backdoor flush draw.
Both players are probably going to be just trying to get to showdown, maybe get a little bit of value here.
Oh, we see David just check raise here.
Or not. He's going to try to go for more.
David wanted to protect his ace, went to check raise and make Kevin fold. Nick from Yuma, wow, you guys got it fixed quickly. Yeah, I think they're having a problem. The cards, they're using a new deck which were not registered to the table, so they just had to scan it through, make sure it all can readable. Are vloggers allowed to film at the table at Prime? I'm pretty sure you can. I don't have the right answer for you, but since people are using phones on the table, I assume if everybody's okay with it, it shouldn't be a problem. But it's always better for you to ask Prime directly, make sure you can do it.
Yeah, if you are a vlogger trying to make a video at Prime, I would check with the management first. Neither of us are employees of the club, so we can't give you an exact answer on that.
I just assume that they would love to have more vloggers come in and play. So, but that's just my assumption.
Sure.
We see Wes raise 4-5 suited and took it down. Clive Crypto Expert says, back to after hours crypto trading. I'll try to be back at later. Good luck, everyone. Dodge to the moon. Well, if you have any good sources, just let us know.
Have a good night, Clive. Good to see you in here.
Yeah, I see that the blind showing the 5, 10, 20. I feel, so I assume they all agreed to just put in the mandatory $20 straddle.
It appears that way.
It's definitely going to be a better game.
It's good that we have the players all with $2,000 and plus, and then you still have 100 big blinds basically with the straddle.
Sure.
So,
and I think we finally got the last sit filled out on a sit 9. They're playing 9-handed. Josh open 55 from hijack, I believe. And Andrew 3-bet with ace jack suited. It'll be interesting to see how Josh reacts to it. Okay, Josh, let it go. I know Josh is a warrior too. He likes to play the pot. He has no fear. He's not afraid to play with anybody. That's probably the reason why he won the play of the series.
Absolutely. I think the King 10 offsuit just not quite good enough to see a flop.
Right. Well, we'll see more fights for sure. I know for the fact there are a lot of players like to, fight for their pots. So it'd be very, very interesting to see it. Got some follow too. Appreciate you guys to follow us at Prime Social TX on Twitch. We have a 5-10 No Limit Hold'em going on every Friday. Wednesday, Saturday, they're going uncapped 1-3 No Limit Hold'em, which has been a really, really good game also. And they're doing the mixed game on every Thursday. Hi, Lisa. Yes, this is me. Alright, we have a little action here. Chad open under the gun. King, Queen offsuit. Is that right? He opened the 110 or?
I believe it was just an open, yeah.
Davey
A
call.
little on the on the heavy side. But then he flops the nuts. Easy game.
Oh, wow. And the David had a top and bottom with the backdoor flush draw. That's going to be that big action.
Let's see if we can get a raise right away.
That's how this played out. How do you feel when you flop the nut just like that in multi-way?
I consider how I'm going to get paid.
Oh,
and hope.
Oh, Chad went for check call here.
Oh, really? He did. So he doesn't continuation bet himself. He checks and then lets David bet. Really bad card on the turn for him.
Yeah,
he already had it.
It looks like Chad went check call and shove on the turn. And
interesting.
The queen hit it on the turn. Yeah, it's very interesting line. He got called.
What a dream. See the worst.
Oh
no.
My God. He drilled the turn to fill up the full house.
Oh, the old 4-outer on the river.
It's very, very unfortunate for Chad. Flopped the nut straight and got it in good.
Really interesting lead jam on the turn there.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that David ended up calling here because Queen is very, very scary card. It's like if he's not bluffing, he can only be Jack 10 or Queen Jack, Queen 10 type of hand. Well, not sure if Chad wants to ship it in there, but David made a call and he improved to the full house. That's a big hand.
As advertised, no shortage of action here.
No, I mean this Texas poker, people love to put their money in the pot. Ooh, that's very, very sad news for Chad. Chad flopped the nut and get all the action that you want, and couldn't win.
I mean, when you get called there, and it looked like a pretty quick call, you have to just assume you're chopping, right? And then you see him flop over the ace 10, and you're just living the dream.
I know.
And then the 10 on the river just crushes all your dreams.
Well, we have a still long night to go, but just had a huge hand happen this early. It's definitely create more action. Oh, we have a Dan Ross too. Hi, Dan. Dan will be in Houston, Texas to follow up all the updates. ChipCon. Yeah, can't wait to see him back. All right, we have
under the gun limp from Josh with the 6-5 of diamonds.
Yeah, and David overcall. Will with Queen 5 suited call. Chad. Let's see the 4-way flop. The 7 deuce. Not sure if they're playing 7 deuce game. Some of the time they're playing 7 deuce game, but not sure if they're agreed to do it or not.
He was in the straddle, so even if that wasn't the motivation, he was forced to be in here for this. So
right.
I'm sure if they were playing the 7 deuce, he's not just checking it in the straddle.
Right. It's a pretty nice spot to just squeeze it in there.
Yeah. So we have two queens that make middle pair on this flop. One of them actually folds there.
So Josh actually lead this board, and David. That's the thing. Josh doesn't give up that easy, and this is very, very wet board. If deuces got there, it's very hard for Queen to call here. Josh won with 6 high.
He just sensed the weakness. No one bets the flop, and he just bets turn and river and just takes it down.
Very nice play by Josh.
Nice hand.
sometimes you just gonna make a bluff with total air and just getting it in, like, when you just have to sense the weakness and going for it. Hi, Bob. It's Albert West's friend that usually play with him. If you're talking about the Albers who's throwing 5K bundle, yes, that's him. They both have not played it for a while, as I know, after pandemic. And I think it's first time they came out to play in live streaming game or play each other. Alright, a queen 9. That's pretty hand on a button. Albert opens. Okay, may not be the mandatory straddle because I don't see any straddle this hand.
Yeah, so we opt for the $35 raise over the $10. Gets a call from King 10 offsuit in the small blind from Will.
They're playing
There's
heads
Santa
up.
flop. Whiff City for both players. Just some backdoor draws and overcards.
It's pretty dry board, so usually this kind of spot, the aggression will take the pot. Oh, it looks like Will has a plan here.
Just calls for now.
Float with his Spectre draws, and he hit one of his Spectre draw.
Both players have the gut shot on the turn.
And he's actually holding best hand here with King High.
But does he know that?
Right? And does Albert? Okay, Albert just gives up. Well, it's good play by Will. Wasn't sure if his King High is good enough. He planned to bluff on the board and execute it. Very nice play by Will. Well, it's another thing about the streaming game is I've noticed that people little bit play differently, in my opinion, just because they know their play and the cards are shown. And also they can get some information 30 minutes later, right? Do you think that it change the game also?
It definitely can. It just depends on the person. I think for a lot of these players, they're comfortable in their own game and they just continue to play as they normally would. But I can certainly understand why it would make you think about doing things differently. Either going for the big plays, hero calls, hero folds, big bluff raises, or make you play more passively. Could go either way.
Right. I think that's another beauty of the streaming game that can create a lot of different actions.
Definitely.
Alright, looks like we have a double board bomb pot here. Are they dealt it 4 cards or 2 cards?
Trying to see how many are in their hands, but they're all...
Looks like 2.
2 cards.
Oh, no, 4.
No, definitely 4.
Alright, they got 2 more.
Unfortunately, our cards are only showing 2 of them, so we can't say exactly what they have.
But we know that Glenn had a flush.
Glenn definitely has a flush.
And 1 board.
The bomb pots are going to be challenging.
Big challenging. Looks like Kevin wants to stab, which means he might playing the second board as well. We don't know what's the second board, but we know for the fact that Glenn has a flush on the first board. It'll be very interesting to see how they played out this one. Oh, there's another flush draw out there too.
And it looks like it is a spade. Completing the flush on both boards.
Yeah, so 2 spade on a both board too, so Kevin wants to bet. Looks like that looks pretty big bet right there.
Now, with a flush on both boards, you have to imagine that your 6-high flush is good, even though it's Omaha, even though there's more players in the hand.
Still
so many
not many
spades out
cards,
there.
right? Yeah. Like you hit, to hit the 2 flush, 3 and 3, you got 2 of them. There's not many of them left over. It'll be very interesting to see how Glenn reacts to it. That's a pretty big bet. Not sure if the chip count is correct, but that's gonna be most of Glenn's stack.
And a reminder that we don't know what Kevin's other 2 cards are.
Exactly. But if you have a flush on a both board, it's just too strong.
I'm never folding. Never folding a flush on both boards.
But it's like having also 6-high flush is scary too, right?
It is. I mean, it's one of those spots where if they have it, they have it. But I'm paying it off.
Glenn tries to figure out what Kevin has. Looks like he's gonna let it go. Do you think, can you let it go?
He does.
And we never get to see what Kevin has.
What a shame.
And we can
Would
never
love
get
to see him just flip over 4 red cards.
I know. It is going to
That'd
put
be
Glenn
sick.
in a really tough spot. Wow. That was a pretty big pot. I mean, they've been playing like pretty big PLO pot. Every dealer
Absolutely.
change. Nick from Yuma, 1980s guy. Yes, that's Albert. West Cardet so far. I agree. But he's still going to play, eventually. We only get to play 30 minutes yet? And Tui was praying to Glenn to let it go the hand. And he did as you wish. We still don't know what Kevin had. That was definitely a good play by Kevin. He was putting Glenn in a really, really tough spot. I think that's kind of a thing that you have to put your opponent in the uncomfortable spot a lot.
Absolutely, whether you have it or not, you have to put enough chips in there to where they have a decision. You can't make it easy on them.
Looks like we have a first walk of the night. Josh just scared everybody. Just nobody wanted to play with him. It might be the thing that when you get in player of the series, people just give you a walk.
Everyone knows now he's gonna win,
right? We have a Scotty on the chat. Getting more people on the view for sure. It looks like we are having same issue.
Not seeing the hands.
Okay, we just talked to the floor. They just told us that they bought the new decks, new RFIDs. Is probably not compatible well with the table, so that's why we're having some technical difficulties. We'll have to go out to see what's going on and how they fix it, stuff like that. But I really, really do apologize that this is happening to you guys. Hopefully we can get it to fix it so we can see the whole cards and for the rest of the night. Right? Jack Link's beef jerky wildcard hands of the night. I think that's what we're doing here. Well, like I heard that like the back in the day, they had like camera on a table so you can see the
Sure,
whole
the
cards.
old school whole card cams.
Yeah, I wasn't playing poker back in the day, so I didn't know. But I heard that that was a thing. Did you
Yeah.
play it that time?
No, I've never played on such a table, but I remember seeing
TV and stuff.
yeah, all the old TV pros.
That's pretty cool, actually. Like you're never gonna have any technical difficulty at least. But I don't know if
not
it's
as often, at least. Hopefully.
right. But also they're gonna get to miss a lot of cards because they get to see the cards in different ways. Never.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's not shown on a camera type. Oh yeah, I think the our action checker is not able to follow up the cards. I mean, I definitely see they're using a new deck. I think I've never seen that deck before, so I know that card is brand new. And they told us that they're having a little issue earlier. We'll see if they get it fixed. I mean, at least we have an action going on. Was it Chad? I think Chad opened and Albert calls out of position. And we don't have a flop. I know we do. Lucas
Behind that beautiful
behind the
hair.
beautiful hair. Yeah, no. Now we have to guess the flop too. Like real wild card.
We got challenge mode for sure.
And we can see the bet from Chad. Some chips behind. Yes, all these cards are RFID. But they just bought the new RFID cards, and I think it's not compatible with their RFID table. I'll see Albert. Check jam. Looks like ace-5 type of hand, so probably hit the flush. 2 hearts and a third flush got there, right?
Looks that way. It was all in and called. And he's getting
Right.
shipped the pot.
Yeah, and Chet looks very frustrated to put the chips out, so I assume Albert did hit his ace-5 hearts. Looks like 2 hearts on a flop. Albert check jam. Chet calls. Albert hit it. Looks like that's what happened. I really do apologize what's happening tonight. We were trying to get it fixed. Let me go outside and see what's going on. So would you just be in a booth talking to the fans, your fans? Alright, I'll be back.
Alright, guys. Not sure what kind of useful insight I'm going to be able to give you on this without whole cards, even seeing the flop or the most of the actions. But let's see what we can do.
Alright, so I just came outside and see what was going on. Looks like the car is not working. or either table, so all the players decide to move the table and play with the regular car instead of putting on the streaming. So unfortunately, we can't not have the streaming game tonight. I apologize. What's happening today? I mean, I really wanted to commentate this game so much that the day of the West Bag was here. A lot of new faces coming up and big action game. We've been already played a giant pots today, right? It was very, very unfortunate that we have a technical difficulty tonight. But yeah, I think I saw the players are already playing in different tables. We're going to get to fix it tomorrow for sure. And we're going to have 1-3 uncapped buy-in, no limit hold'em game tomorrow at 7. Streaming starts at 8 p.m. We'll definitely make sure to get to fix it, so you guys will definitely enjoy the rest of streaming. Yeah, and also they just told me that they're trying to fix it right now. So if somehow they can get to fix it, we're gonna ask the player to jump back to the streaming table and play it out. Sorry guys. Man, I'm so sorry to have you here and like that happened too, Ryan.
Oh, not a problem. I'm happy to be here. Enjoyed it while it lasted, and hopefully we'll be back soon.
Right. I'll still be here until like everything is okay to see if they can get it fixed because I really, really watch this game. If not, we always have a next week that same players, more action can come. But Prime already told me, they promised me they're gonna fix it as soon as possible. You guys will not miss any more game. So thanks for watching tonight. I really will apologize, and